everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now, starting with the first writer. दो राइटर्स हम लोग अभी आराम से कर सकते हैं, कोई इशू नहीं होगा. वर्जीनिया वुल्फ 1882 to 1941. 1882 to 1941. She was an English writer and considered as the most important modern novelist of 20th century. Okay, along with that, one of the most important modern writer of 20th century. Second thing and most important thing about her that she made the use of stream of consciousness in English literature. Okay, it's not only she, but James Joyce is at the same point that he has also made the use of stream of consciousness, and both are the writers who took birth in 1882 and died in 1841. They are the like similar. Their writing styles are similar. Stream of consciousness they both have used. So it was the first we are considering her because Ulysses came late and her books come first. So we used to take that she is the one who has used a stream of consciousness in English literature as prominent narrative. You can write that she has used it as a prominent narrative tool. Okay. Now let's come to her works because nothing is more. वैसे तो there are many things about her. Like she is the one who has started feminism and all. So ये सब भी लिख लेते पर इनके बारे में. Uh,
What does that stream of consciousness stands for?
Stream of consciousness is like when you used to show the flashbacks in a narrative, right? When you are narrating a story, while narrating a story, it's like कि when I used to talk to you about the present time कि मैं अभी क्या कर रही हूँ and बात कर रही हूँ मैं आपसे नेट की प्रिपरेशन की मैं कह रही हूँ नेट की प्रिपरेशन के लिए आपको ये करना चाहिए ये नहीं करना चाहिए along with that I said when I was doing it now तो मैंने ऐसे किया था and you know what happens आज की तारीख में आप लोग ऐसे करते हो ये करते हो वो करते हो एंड मैं अभी इस तरीके से प्रिपेयर कर रही हूँ एंड पता है जब मैं 10 साल पहले कर रही थी ना तो आई यूज दिस हमारे टाइम पे था तो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रेजेंट बट अगेन एंड अगेन आई एम गोइंग इनटू द फ्लैशबैक आई एम टेकिंग द यूज ऑफ और आई एम using my flashbacks my past as a flashback to set an example for you guys right
Okay.
समझे
Okay.
so again and again
Yes.
I'm going in my past I'm taking the flashbacks of my past and I'm sharing the experience with you so that the same thing has used to happen in the same thing used to happen in stream of consciousness
Yes, ma'am.
okay
Yes, ma'am. It is clear, ma'am.
okay fine now write down that she is one of the member of the intellectual group named Bloomsbury. She was she was a member of the intellectual group of 20th century, the Bloomsbury group. The Bloomsbury group, and she, along with her husband, that is Leonard Woolf, founded the printing press named Hogarth. They both have founded it and started publication. She was considered as one of the founder writer of feminist writings in 20th century. When we'll start theory, then you will understand it like more concisely, I think, because अभी क्या है कि you won't be understanding that what which moment started at what time. So definitely this is a bit complicated, but right now just do understand that she is the one who started the feminist writing in English literature. Before that, Bronte's sister George Eliot was writing about the females, but the females were presented in a different style. The females were presented in a subjugated way. They were not the bold characters. Like Becky Sharp was a bold character, but still she was criticized. She was presented in the negative way. So either the females were presented as a devil or as an angel. There is no midway. But she said the female is always at the midway. She is never a devil, never a angel in the home, because according to her there is a life of women also, and that cannot be avoided. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now let's go for her works. First work इसके fiction के अंदर आ जाएंगे हम लोग. First is Mrs. Dalloway, 1925. 1925. And what Mrs. Dalloway is about, the name of the character here is Clarissa Dalloway. Clarissa Dalloway, she is the wife of Mr. Dalloway, and they are planning a party in the house. And she, while shopping, is having a flashbacks, and there started the use of stream of consciousness technique for narrating the story. And here is a mention of the important character, that is Dr. Septimus Smith. Dr. Septimus Smith is a veteran. He's a veteran doctor, and it's like he worked in World War One. He served in World War One and was he was called as a person who belonged to lost generation. He was a character who is he was a character who's called from lost generation. ठीक है? Who is called from lost generation? Who are the lost generation people who has worked in World War One and was not out of the effects of atomic bombs, their sounds and all. They used to hallucinate these people, and they have lost their real identity. After when the World War One opened, and they all have been sent to home, they actually was unable to come out of those sounds, those negativity, atomic effect. They found the people are dying, their voices, their scattered limbs, and everything was hallucinating them day by day. And this generation actually has lost their potency to be a normal man, potency to be a normal girl. They are physically very fit because they all was serving in the World War One as a doctor or military people or whatever. But mentally they become weak, and many of them are shown that they suicided. So he also committed suicide in the novel during the party. Okay, so he also suicided in the novel during the party चल रही थी, and when within the party, when people were talking to each other, they were busy with each other. He lost somewhere and he jumped from the window and suicided. So that was Septimus Smith.
It can be called like he was a traumatized, like he was traumatized with the thing that happened
इनको
during this time.
PSTD बोलते हैं, post war or the post syndrome of syndrome and trauma of war. ठीक है.
हाँ,
हाँ.
okay.
हाँ. तो इनको साइकोलॉजिकल टर्म्स के अंदर लेते हैं, that these are the post scars of any psychological trauma. So their trauma was that they have faced that humans are nothing in front of these politicians and what kind of weapons they have made. So basically all these writers are criticizing World War One क्योंकि उसमें सबसे पहले atomic bombs use हुए थे. So this is what they all are talking about. एंड यही दिखाया है कि वो जो आवाज थी एटॉमिक बॉम्ब की, एक्चुअली मैनी बिकम डेफ जो पास में थे, दे वर लिविंग इन द बंकर्स, अंडरग्राउंड बंकर्स लाइक क्रीपर्स, लाइक tiles. They were unable to stand erect. Few of them able to stand erect because they have passed around years like a creepers, hiding themselves into the underground these bunkers, and the sounds were very high outside, so they all were affected and traumatized by World War One. So after effects were very bad, and England and UK writers has portrayed it very well. Everywhere they have talked about the trauma. Everywhere they have talked about the people. This term "lost generation" was also given by Amy is the name of the girl, American girl. She has given a friend of American writer has given this term, and she is the one who found the person, and he said that he belongs to lost generation. So when it has been asked that what is lost generation, he said the people who has lost their identity after participating in World War One. So the similar term is being used afterwards everywhere. ये जो टर्म थी वो 1920 के आसपास बहुत ज्यादा यूज हुई थी. क्या नाम है उस राइटर का हु हैज रिटन द ओल्ड मैन एंड द सी? Hemingway. So a friend of Hemingway has used this term. She was also a writer, and she used the term "lost generation" for the first time. Okay. Then afterward, it come to England even, and these people also started using the term "lost generation" for such characters who are badly affected by World War One. Got it? These are the novels you need to read. Why so silent?
Yes, ma'am. This thing. Only this one, na? This
हाँ, मिसेस
novel series.
डैलोवे, मिसेस डैलोवे नहीं, वर्जीनिया वुल्फ itself is a very very important writer. I have given you the notes and the complete notes of British literature in your book. सब तो कोई भी ये नहीं कह सकता कि ये notes नहीं है आपके पास. Just do read this writer. मैंने वहाँ पे इवन अपने जो स्कैंड कॉपी है शायद आप लोगों के पास उस पे मार्क भी कर रखे हैं, and I have written their important. अगर
Okay,
नहीं
ma'am.
है तो आप लोग कर लेना अगर आप लोग प्रिंट ले रहे हो तो उसके.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next work is To the Lighthouse, 1927. To the Lighthouse. अच्छा, इनके वर्क्स की क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर बहुत ज्यादा पूछा जाता है. I do remember this thing. एक वर्क मैं भूल गई हूँ जो मिसेस डैलोवे से पहले था. I'm writing it. The Voyage Out. इनके वर्क का बहुत ज्यादा क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर पूछा जाता है. 1917. उसको पढ़ना नहीं है बस. जस्ट डू रिमेम्बर दिस वर्क. And Mrs. Dalloway is the second. Then To the Lighthouse. I think To the Lighthouse must be read by many of you. No?
I heard it, ma'am. Not right.
Okay. It is about 2 days. It is just a story of 2 days. First of all, write down. It's a story of 2 days of Ramsay family. Patriarchy is being shown. Feminist work, ठीक है. Patriarchy in sense कि the Mr. Ramsay is taking all the decisions, even he is not listening to the choices of the children. The children wanted to see the lighthouse, and Mr. Ramsay has taken them on some vacation, but is not taking the choices of the children seriously, and that is making the tensions in the family, and everyone is comparing to the mother, but have no courage to talk to the father figure. And there is again creative. A painter is there, Lily Briscoe, a painter who is like she is also struggling to paint her things in between the family drama. She's living there with them, the Ramsay family, and ultimately the complete process is Mrs. Ramsay is giving a meditation to the things that she is giving a meditation to the things that how it's all going, how people are basically behaving and are not considering each other's choices. So such things are there, and it explores the passage of time, that how it is passing on and how women are forced to the society to allow man to take the emotional strength from them. So this is this is basically a feminist work where it is being shown that the husband is taking all the power from the wife and is not considering her wish. She and the children wanted to see the lighthouse, but the husband wanted to relax, so he is doing the relaxation on the vacation and is not considering anything as a wish of a husband, as a wish of a wife or whatever. And the wife is always busy in consoling the children that we will go, don't worry, and okay, fine, I'll talk to your father. Let's see what he see, what he say. Let's see what he decides. He must have had some other plans, some good plans. So this is like the life has become a lighthouse to her, that she is looking toward it, but she cannot go to the place. That she have some aspirations in the life. She wanted to do many things, but she's unable to execute the ideas. Similarly, like Lily Briscoe, she become also a sadist. She become psychological unfit because amid the family drama, she was painting, and her painting also has reflected the psychological disturbances of her. So this is what To the Lighthouse is all about. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Next work, Orlando. It is a biography. 1928. Orlando is a biography. It is like you can say a historical novel where Orlando is a character who is traveling the time and is telling about various things of you know various things about Virginia Woolf's life. So you can say Orlando is an omnipotent character who is narrating various incidents of the writer in this novel. So it's a biographical one जिसमें various incidents are being narrated. Some are like fictionalized way, some are in as it is. So, but this novel is not so important to read, so you can just skip it. It's okay because यहाँ से detailed question नहीं आते हैं. It is considered as one of the biographies. So next is The Waves. I'm giving you all these works because ये सब आपके क्रोनोलॉजी में 100% पूछा जाता है. It's a story of six friend group who are talking about the time when you used to sit among the friends. They used to narrate their stories and also used to go in the flashbacks. So obviously the technique of stream of consciousness as is being used for narration. Six friends are meeting in this novel, meeting and narrating the stories. Okay, they are telling about themselves. Okay, and here interior monologues is also being used. Interior monologues are also being used. Okay, now sixth work is Flush. It is also a biography of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. It is a biography. Here is 1933 biography of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay, because she has considered her the first writer, first intelligent writer. So she has written for her. The next is the years 1936. It shows the history of 50 years of a family. So not an important work to read. You can just skip it. Next is Between the Acts, that is important. Between the Acts, 1941. This is her last work, and here she has talked about the time, she has talked about the English history completely, meditation, sexual interpretations and ambivalence, uh, life through the art, importance of art, time and space, everything is being discussed here in between the time. Okay, फाइन with
जी
this
हाँ
one. ये आप
इसलिए
थोड़ा
आपको लीव ना
हाँ हाँ इसमें बस ये है कि कुछ नहीं सिंबॉलिक थीम्स जो है ना कि सेक्सुअलिटी के इन सब के ऊपर उसने लिखा है सब पे मिला जुला के छोटी सी स्टोरी बनाई है बस दैट इज टू बी रेड ये थोड़ा सा देख लेना आप लोग बाकी अब आ जाते हैं क्रिटिकल वर्क्स नाउ मैं सिर्फ नाम लिखवा रही हूँ बिकॉज ऑल दीज वर्क्स विल बी रेड इन द फेमिनिज्म हम थियरी में पढ़ेंगे अभी सिर्फ आप लोग वर्क्स लिखेंगे तो फर्स्ट वर्क जो इनका है इसमें आएगा रूम ऑफ वन A Room of One's Own 1929 सेकेंड वर्क इनका आएगा इसके अंदर भी इन्होंने स्नॉबरी वगैरह की और उसकी काफी बात की है ये आपके वर्क्स हैं ये नीचे के जो चार मैंने लिखे हैं दीज आर क्रिटिकल वर्क्स और उसके अलावा ये एक मैंने ऊपर लिखा है जेकब जूम ये रह गया था इसको पढ़ना नहीं है सिर्फ नाम ध्यान रखना है आपको तो ये मैंने आपके वर्क्स लिख दिए हैं फाइन ये आपका वर्जीनिया वुल्फ इज कंप्लीट
आप बस ये याद ही रखना ना लाइक द
हाँ
वन हु
ये
रॉट
याद
दिस
ही
थिंग एंड
रहे
हु
बिल्कुल
लेफ्ट
बिल्कुल नहीं नहीं ये तो मैं क्रिटिसिज्म वो सॉरी थ्योरीज में करवाऊंगी ना
नहीं द अदर वर्क दैट ऑफ फॉर
अभी
एग्जांपल
सिर्फ याद रखो क्योंकि ये सारे क्रिटिकल वर्क्स हैं सारे क्रिटिसिज्म के हैं तो इनके अंदर क्या है क्या नहीं है वो आपके ना क्वेश्चंस आते हैं फेमिनिज्म की थ्योरी के अंदर। ठीक है, तो इन चारों वर्क्स को मैं उसमें इन चारों वर्क्स को करवाऊंगी मैं उसमें थ्योरीज के अंदर। थ्योरीज के अंदर आपका ऐसा नहीं कि थ्योरी समझा के छोड़ दिया, आपको इन वर्क्स के अंदर का भी चीजें लिखवानी पड़ेंगी मुझे। ठीक है,
ओके मैम।
ओके। जेम्स जॉयस, नेक्स्ट राइटर पे आ जाओ। सेकंड राइटर इज, आज ये दो तो हम अभी निपटा ही देते हैं क्योंकि ये दोनों के दोनों राइटर एक जैसे हैं। स्ट्रीम ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस वाले 1882 1941, कुछ याद नहीं रखना, दोनों एक जैसे हैं। शी वॉज एन इंग्लिश राइटर एंड ही वॉज एन आयरिश राइटर। ठीक है, कोइंसिडेंस देख रहे हो?
यस मैम, सी जिएंगे साथ में मरेंगे साथ में।
हाँ
ओह
जी,
गॉड।
बिल्कुल, पैदा भी साथ में हुए, मरे भी साथ में। दोनों के राइटिंग स्टाइल भी सेम है, दैट इज ही मेड द यूज ऑफ,
Stream
स्ट्रीम
of
ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस।
consciousness.
यस,
He had coined that term, no, ma'am.
नहीं,
ओह गॉड
James
मैम,
Joyce.
लिटरली दिस थिंग ना, सी द सेम थिंग इज देयर इन बिटवीन
सेम
बोथ द बुक्स।
थिंग, यस, एंड बोथ हैड नेवर मेट, they never met. He made use of the stream of consciousness, but yes, he was not the one who coined the term. It was an American writer named क्या नाम था उसका, Henry James. He has made the मतलब he coined the term stream